Kleine Warnung, folgendes Video ist Teil eines Streams, welcher früher im Jahr kam, deshalb wird einiges zeitlich nicht passen. Seid gewarnt. Hallo, willkommen zu einem neuen Stream. Wie gesagt, heute am Sonntag habe ich mir gedacht, so komm, während der Woche einfach mal streamen, und ich habe mir gedacht, ich habe nichts Besseres gerade zu tun, also warum nicht einfach schon um 10:41 Uhr streamen, weil, warum nicht? Ich sehe auch definitiv nicht fertig aus, ich bin auch gerade definitiv nicht, ich merke gerade, ich habe meinen, so, jetzt schon mal besser. Ich bin auch definitiv nicht gerade, lebe ich gerade von 7 Stück Kuchen einfach und ein bisschen Wasser und keine Ahnung wie viele Stunden Schlaf, auf jeden Fall nicht guten Schlaf. Und ja, mal sagen, los geht's mit Genshin. Ich dachte ausnahmsweise mal hier, weil ich bin aus Versehen in eine Quest reingelaufen, weil ich eigentlich mal den Schmied wollte. Doch da hat mich dieser lieber Charakter erwartet. Ja, natürlich muss ich jetzt laden, fucking hell. Nämlich die gute alte Sascha. Hoffentlich spreche ich das richtig aus. Au.
Looks like Timaeus isn't here today.
No.
Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No. Just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing here. I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I was called over to attend to the store. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant.
Okay.
If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help. Huh? Do I look nervous? My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory where there aren't many others to talk to. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book. Over there. Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we? Hey! Aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close. What do you mean, research? Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you, after all. There's that name again! Albedo! Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt? Apologies. I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Timaeus and my teacher. But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher? Yes. He's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important breakthrough. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to solve the most unfathomable of problems. Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal! Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out. I don't see why not. Testing the limits of living beings' capabilities is one of Albedo's areas of research, after all. Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a true scholar. And... sorry. That's the best I can do. You'll have to do your best. Hey, stop worrying. We got this.
Ich mit Steve macht die ganze Zeit da oben. So, Travel Observation Report started. Okay.
Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous once she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Is that what all researchers are like?
Keine Ahnung.
Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo.
Okay. Ich habe seit dem letzten Mal auch ein paar Quests angenommen, wie man hier merkt, ne? Also zum Beispiel hier, ne, ich auch Quest, bei Story Quest halt, weil ich habe hier ein paar angenommen. Zum Beispiel habe ich die von Mona angenommen, aber ich habe auch die von Albedo, Xiao und Eduard angenommen. Das heißt, wahrscheinlich sind wir dann bei dieser Quest gerade. Albedos Quest nehme ich mal an. Princeps was für eine Quest? Das ist Diener. Alchemist. So, das hier müssen wir also navigaten. Was? Ist ja das? Ja, da ist oder ist hier kann das einfach. Okay, dann ist die. Also Rumored Alchemist. Okay, wir müssen bei Dragonspine gehen. Mein Lieblingsort, Tust. Wenigstens habe ich da schon Dings. Bei Dragonspine habe ich schon 84%, weil das, Alter. Hui! Also seit dem letzten Mal bin ich auch endlich Abenteuerstufe 40, das heißt, wir haben die Weltstufe 5 erreicht. Das heißt, ich bekomme jetzt so richtig einen ins Maul von den Gegnern. Aber so richtig. Aber es geht eigentlich, weil ich jetzt mein Traveler richtig gut gelevelt habe eigentlich. Und der ist noch nicht Level 70, der ist noch auf dem Weg dazu. Und ich habe noch Dings, oh, da steht Rosaria. Ich habe das letzte Mal auch noch Dings Signalen bekommen halt und sonst glaube ich keinen. Ja, sonst habe ich schon die Charaktere halt hochgelevelt und alles und Ascended und alles. Ich könnte vielleicht noch dezent das Spiel wieder auf Deutsch einstellen. Den ich Account. Deutsch. Ja. So, geht zum Eingang des Drachengarts.
Sister Rosaria, so here
Oh,
you
Baba.
are. Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Yeah.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We'd better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain, or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where, and you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good
Ja, stimmt,
comeback.
das ist auch, stimmt nicht so heraus, Dings,
Let's
als
talk
wenn du
about
sein,
you. What are
Dings.
you doing in the mountains?
Jetzt. Professionell. Wir sind doch in so
If
einer
it's him
Rebelle.
you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Ja.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Okay, der Genial wieder das ist ein Inventarblick und ja, erstmal in dem Bereich da und dann den Inventarblick. So. Und essen. Rosaria allein in der Klatsche. Na, sie ist einfach ein bisschen besonders, wie es scheint. Ja, moin, wie geht's denn so? Vom geilsten. Warum leckt es denn so? Mach mal das sieht aus. Kann ich auch noch ausmachen? Ja, kann ich auch noch ausmachen, ja. So, jetzt hoffe ich einfach, dass das nicht mehr leckt, weil normalerweise ist das nicht. Oh, what the hell? Willst du aufhören zu laggen? What the hell? Aus die anderen Streams war es ganz chillig und ich hatte so gut gar nichts an. Jetzt ist auch gar nichts an. Du denkst schon so, komm, ich schleck mal wieder so. Macht Sinn. Oder ist einfach, weil ich in Dragon's bin und irgendwie da viel geladen ist. Komisch. Das ist die Flöte, ja, das ist die Flöte. Ich glaube, das ist die Flöte, oder ja, doch, die Flöte auf Deutsch sein. Oh, tschüss.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Ah, kein
You
Problem.
know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Bitte. Folgen, ja, probiere ich ja gerade. Ich will mal sagen, hier geht's weiter. Nicht du, kleine. Okay. Welches Level ist die Flöte denn? Ich habe eine Level 70 auf meinem
It's getting colder and
Account.
colder.
Meine Flöte, die ist auf Verstärken. Auch auf Level 70. Aber ich glaube, es hat doch noch damit zu tun, dass ich die Talente übelst hier hochgelevelt habe. Ach, ich habe hochgelevelt. Verdammt, natürlich fehlt mir. Anleitung zur Poesie. Ja, ich muss mit ein paar von denen wieder machen.
Me? I'm alright. I got used to operating in adverse conditions.
Dass wir von Sachen fertig reden.
Seems like there's more to being a sister
Du
in
musst
the
dir was
Favonius
denken.
Church than Paimon realized.
Okay, gehe ich ganz schnell zurück in Mondstadt und gehe mir ganz schnell ein paar von diesen Poesie-Dinger machen. Oder kann ich noch mein Schwert verbessern. Das hat einfach die Talente insgesamt einfach. Ah, das kennen wir hier wieder. Grüß Gott. Herstellen, so schnell. Poesie. Da. Jetzt 2 Stück wenigstens. Irgendwo, nein. Kein Bonus-Effekt. Schade. Ich will doch kein Level-Up machen. Schade. Wäre zu schön gewesen. Gern ein Upgrade gehabt. Na egal, dann wieder zurück. Kann ich heute farmen? Ach so. Ja. Perfekt. Weiß ich, was ich danach zu machen haben am Stream. Ich bin super einfach. Ich bin in manchen Spielen einfach dann eigentlich gut, so, aber dann weiß ich die öffentlichsten Sachen einfach nicht. Ach, das ist typisch für mich. Warum ruckelt es denn so? Warte, ich muss kurz schauen, ob ich irgendwas in Einstellungen noch runterschalten kann. Ich sehe es gerade im Stream, es ruckelt wie Sau irgendwie. Grafik. Kann ich da noch irgendwas runterschalten? Bitrate irgendwie kannst du vielleicht nicht machen, das macht es wieder schlimm. Rendering machen wir mal einfach auf so. So, schauen wir mal, ob das vielleicht hilft. Habe ich aber eine an mir. Ah, jetzt sieht's gut aus. Jetzt leckt's nicht. Okay, da haben noch kleine Ruckler sind da. Verdammt noch eins. Ah, Alberto, wohin sind?
Is
Ja,
that
ein bisschen
Albino?
besser.
Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churls? Isn't he in danger?
Ich werde Alberto so überpowered. Oh, nö.
Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them.
Weg mit euch.
Let's take them out of the picture first.
Haben wir noch das. So, ne? Und hoppala, und weg seid ihr. Easy.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly churls unfinished.
Na moin.
What's up with painting hilly churls? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Ist das künstlich, ja.
Wow. Look at the detail. But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly churls anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Okay.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Yep.
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct?
Wow. Der hat schnell erkannt.
Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive
warum
me.
nicht? Ja, jetzt
This
hat er
must
schnell
be
erkannt, dass wir
confusing.
aus einer anderen Welt sind.
Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Whoa. You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
Gewesen Wunder, yep.
I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world.
Das
By
war.
observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Mit jemand. Oh. Kommst du. Durch ein Subjekt.
Should we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Was springt für mich darauf
Mora,
raus?
knowledge, and the answer to the question you are seeking. It happens to be an answer that I can provide. How does that sound? Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Ja, da hört uns jemand zu. Ach ja, okay.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Nein, oder? Keine Ahnung, hängt davon ab, was Albedo jetzt plant. Wo ist denn da hin? Da oben, okay. Dann... Mit jemand einfach drauf ist.
Paimon has a question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
Oh, moin.
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible.
When access stop working.
Still a little difficult to understand?
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Ach so.
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Eine 4-Sterne-Woche, stark als wie eine 5-Sterne-Woche, das sagt schon etwas aus.
Well, let's just say I
auch
occasionally have
nicht,
to look
ey.
after a child. Another lengthy explanation.
Ich bin
I'm
auch so
afraid.
krass.
I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy related disciplines I'm any good at. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature.
Eine vierten Magen. Oh Mann, haben Sie 3 Magen oder was?
Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you?
Nope,
But
das
that
waren die
would mean
Götter.
that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springfield to flow backwards.
Man komplett überfordert.
No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey, how would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in their research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me
Das
lure a
wäre ein
few slimes
Aufkampf
to
dann,
the
okay.
area.
Ja, weiter.
Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine.
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
Okay. Let's go. Oh ja, moin, das war ja schnell, wie ich gedacht habe.
By
So,
royal
einmal so und dann einsammeln. Hurra.
prepare to be blown away.
Und tschüss.
Bet you no escape.
Und hopp. Ihr Bein. Aus irgendeinem Grund haben die zwar keine Lebensanzeige, weil warum nicht? Der ist tot. Da kommt Vogel. Und das Schwert drückt aber auch inzwischen. Hat auch wahrscheinlich mit meinen Elementen, nicht dem Artefakt zu tun, weil die habe ich auch übelst aufgelevelt, wie man sieht, ne? Ich habe zweimal Dings Verbeugung des Gladiators und dann habe ich noch Dings hier gute Berserker-Dinger einfach, die richtig viel reindrücken. Und deswegen gebe ich den Gegner auch richtig ein auf die Schnauze. Wirklich, wie die meisten gesagt haben auf dem Internet, wenn Artefakte können einen Charakter machen oder brechen einfach. Ich glaube, beim Travel habe ich das ganz gut hinbekommen. Es gibt noch bessere Kombinationen, aber ich glaube, den Anfang bin ich mal auf jeden Fall schon relativ gut dran. Komm, du Scheiße. So, hopp. Und hopp. Voilà. Oh.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally, let's test the internal flow.
Gerne, wie willst du das machen?
How do you test that?
Ja, das weiß ich auch.
It's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power.
Oh.
If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
Okay, dann.
In the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not to worry. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved, but if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad sign. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. We'll need to find it. It's a type of ore known as star silver.
8 Sternsilber, Alter,
Unfortunately, not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some star silver ore on the way. I'll point out any likely contenders. All going to plan, we should be able to begin concocting the potion when we get to the campsite.
Okay.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems like there's a silver lining.
Ja.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Yep. Silbererz, ich habe so viel davon gesammelt wegen der einen Quest da. Eure Straße suchen nach einem Sternsilber-Erstkatalysator. Jesus. Höchst gefährlich. Ja, ist mir doch scheißegal.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
Ich weiß es jetzt, da ich auf Stufe 5 bin von der Weltstufe, dass die Gegner übelst mir einen in die Fresse geben. Auch beide. Oder 2 Abfall. Beide wirklich alle 2 Jahre seit 25. Auch das halt, weil es oder. Ja. Okay, dann wenn ich die Sachen habe, dann werde ich das ausrüsten und schauen, wie das so ist. Hat wir den Tipp da? Und das wird nicht gehen. Okay.
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
Geh doch kaputt.
Windblade.
Alter. Auch kein Bock. Nein.
What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up.
So. Nee, war. Hopp. Irgendwo hier ist das Lager von... Ah, hier oder was? Eins so.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here.
Yep.
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Dezent.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements.
Oh.
Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregisvine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world. Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great. I'll leave you to it.
Ja, dann. Also auf die Quest wird daraus bestehen, einfach herauszufinden, was für eine Verbindung wir zu denen haben.
Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first.
Oder einfach unsere elementare Fähigkeiten werden hier getestet und recherchiert. Okay.
In line with my
Mal eine etwas
expectations.
andere Quest.
Ready to drink.
Interessant.
Remember to keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Okay. Klingt dran. Okay. Mal. Ah, voilà, da ist er. Anwenden. So.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort.
Okay.
Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drink some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from anyone else in this world. Nothing peculiar.
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the undesirable variety. The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference, and everyone understands you. People are the same, they can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, You can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience, because you are them.
Alter, ich mach alle beide immer mehr und mehr.
They don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough?
Ja,
To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can use your elemental power without fear. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out. If you could see to collating them.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. I'm thinking a lot clearer now. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but starting with the premise of an elemental life form, now that was...
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry. Whatever the truth of the matter, I'd like your research at the fore as opposed to my judgment.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up.
Ein bisschen.
What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to prepare something.
Okay.
Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Okay. Schauen wir uns ein bisschen während er etwas vorbereitet. Beobacht die Anlagen im Lager. Okay. Ne, Moment, weil jetzt hab ich das hier nicht mehr. Goddammit. Voilà. Das sieht wie ein Alchemie-Arbeitstisch aus. Es sind einige Apparate ausgelegt. Benutzt Alberto die um die Welt zu erforschen. Ah ja. Das tut doch nicht weh, das Umfassen, oder doch? Keine Ahnung. Probier's mal. So, Tafel betrachten. Eine Tafel, auf der einige unverständliche Versuchsberichte kleben. Trotzdem merkst du, dass bei diesen Experimenten Fortschritte gemacht wurden. Sehr gut. So. Ah, nein, nix. Perfekt. Ah, doch. Ethisch, perfekt. Oh mein Gott. So, Regal betrachten. So, ein Regal voller Bücher und Tränke. Es sieht aus, als hätte der Besitzer die Angewohnheit, gleichzeitig zu lesen und Tränke zu erforschen. Warum nicht?
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Ah, da ist er.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes.
Das kommt schon viel schnell.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them.
Oh, ich hab dich automatisch eingestellt.
Well,
Hoppla.
on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds.
Das ist gut
Take
möglich.
Teyvat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So,
Ja.
Leaving elements to one side. Do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't exist in this world?
Ich würde mal
I
sagen,
think
ja, ne?
answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it.
Die Power?
That was your best effort? Well, can't be helped, I suppose.
What's with the disappointment? Isn't that, like, impossible?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the ingredients themselves.
Bitte
I'm
was?
curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. I suppose I have a curiosity for things that others find surprising. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished preparing the recipe.
Cooking? Paimon was looking forward to more mad scientist stuff.
Weil wir wissen nicht, ein
Not
Essensfreak.
only is this recipe a staple for me, it's also worth experimenting with and highly nutritious.
Paimon bets you're just hungry. It does sound yummy, though.
Oh nein, was ich wusste.
Paimon approves.
Ich wusste es.
Good buddies are always on the same page.
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe Timaeus can finish the last morsels.
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food?